Garden Care A to Z is brought to you by Ep12.
Welcome to Garden Care A to Z. My name is Andre Bimrain. There's a definite nip in the air. Winter's approaching. We can feel it up here on the Highveld. How can we do our little bit to make sure our winter garden survives through to spring? Well, there's a few things we're going to be looking at. Firstly, identify the plants that will probably get damaged the most, and we're going to coddle them in a little blanket. Secondly, I've got an expert coming in. Chap's name is Chris, and he's going to be giving us some hints and tips on how to prune our roses, our fruit trees, and those kind of plants. And then very lastly, we're going to make sure that our garden is well fertilized, and we're going to be showing you which fertilizer to use. And the reason for that is very simply, we want to create strong, healthy plants to survive through the winter months. In this bed, I have a number of plants which are very frost sensitive. So if we don't get them covered, they certainly won't survive the winter. They'll simply just die off. So here we've got some basil, I've got sage, I've got chilies, which definitely don't like the winter. Now this I would really like to protect. Putting this kind of blanket over it, it's a geofabric, very light, only weighs about 8 grams per square meter. You're able to protect the plants without damaging the actual plant. Beauty about it, you can simply leave it on right through winter. It might not look great, but it certainly serves its purpose. It raises the temperature by about 4 to 5 degrees, and you can water straight through it. So you don't have to keep lifting it to give water. But also will blow away quite easily, so we have to weigh it down. That's the last stone done. Our little bed of sensitive plants are protected. We know they're going to survive the winter without a problem. Chris, thank you for coming to help me today. Pruning. You know, most people are a little bit worried about pruning. They're a little afraid to start pruning because I think they're worried that they're going to be damaging their plant. What is the first thing we need to consider when we're talking about pruning?
Okay, firstly, you like, to look at the dead wood, which, you need to remove, just like these ones.
Okay. So this one has got a couple of dead branches. We've got one over there and on the back there. So that needs to be cut off.
Yeah, you need to cut all this off. Okay, it's the next one here.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I see you cutting that quite close to the stem.
You'll find that, they will just be wasting, a lot of water. And then they're unable to carry these flowers as well.
Okay. So they're actually taking energy away from the main stems where you want the flowers to produce.
Yes. So you need, to take it out completely.
See, we've cut here, we've created a bit of an open wound, and that's a place where fungus can settle. So we're going to use a sealer just to close up all these cut marks so that we don't get any disease settling there. Very simple. It's a little pink liquid, and all we do is just drop a bit on each one. Fertilize our garden, we're using a really well-balanced fertilizer. We're using Wonders 232, which contains biocarbon. Now, usage, we're using a handful per square meter. It's really as simple as that. So that's about 20 grams per square meter. You want to broadcast it nice and evenly. You're putting nutrients back into the soil. You're also creating an environment for microorganisms to thrive, which are very good for the plants. And once you've done that, make sure it's watered in really well. We've given our garden a great chance to survive the winter months and make sure that it's strong and healthy comes next spring. We've worked really hard in the garden this year, and we want to protect that investment. Thank you for watching Garden Care A to Z. Please join us again on the next one.
Garden Care A to Z is brought to you by Ep12.